All right, Preneurs, inflation is at an all-time high right now. But the real question is, are you inflating your mind, body, and soul along with it? Let's talk about it. So welcome back, Preneurs. Today's conversation, we talk about inflation, but not just inflation that maybe you're aware of, like an 8.5% that's going on right now. Maybe it's definitely affecting your household or maybe someone you know. I'm gonna be talking about how to inflate maybe your mind, your body, your soul. Are you also inflating that too? And then we'll talk about, are you actually giving yourself a raise? Because that's a very big important thing right now when we start talking about the driving factors that are actually going to this 8.5%. I have some different things I think I can help you guys towards the end too, so stick with me. So when we start talking about your mind, so how are you thinking right now? I think one of the best things that we have is a thing called perspective, right? So you start seeing inflation with your money going up, right? Everything you're buying is all increasing, but how are you increasing the way that you're thinking right now? The way that you're responding right now? What type of books are you reading? What type of associations or relationships are you developing right now? What are you doing right now to be able to make sure that your communication is going to a different level? Why? Because that is so important, because again, how you see things is how the world is at the end of the day. So what is your perspective? How are you increasing that, inflating that during these times? How about when you're talking to your body? I think if this is inflating, why not inflate your body to the highest level as well? Is that increasing? What type of diet are you on right now? What type of foods are you putting into you so you have the highest energy right now? How about, start talking about working out, exercising. Like, what are you doing right now to inflate your body to the highest max, right? When I'm talking about that, is it increasing? When you start talking about your soul, maybe you don't have a faith yet. Maybe you go reach out to someone to have that type of conversation. So you have the man upstairs that looks after you on the different topics of your life right now. So whatever that is for you, are you inflating mind, body, and soul? But when we start breaking all those down, now we can start really talking about income, because if 8.5% is our all-time high inflation, the real question to you would be, do you really think that's going up, or do you think it's going down? You think it's going to slow down? You think it's going to maintain? What do you really think is going to happen? To me, because of what's been happening the last 18, 21 months, my opinion, maybe you could disagree or agree, I don't think that this is going to slow down. I think this is going up, right? And what are the driving factors that are actually putting this 8.5%? There's really four major driving factors. The first one is gas. How's gas been for you wherever you live right now? So where I'm from California. And right now I live in Texas. And so I see the price gas is right now like about $3.25, $3.45, $3.77. It's kind of around there. My car costs about like $4.50. But when I call my mom, she's out in California. When I call my friends, they're like, it's $8. I'm like, dang, it's $8. Like, it's double in price, right? So that makes you want to go get a scooter. That makes you really start wanting to get your Fitbit and start walking, getting those steps up a little bit more, right? And so my point of bringing that up to you is, gas right now went up 48%. But to me, it's a lot higher. Why? Because I remember that it used to be, when I first moved to Texas, it wasn't even this a year ago, when I moved here, it was barely $2.75. Now it's, for me, putting the same gasoline into my car today, it's $4.75. That's not 48% to me. That's a 100% increase. So these numbers are actually increasing at even a higher level. But the real question is that affecting your income? Like, is that affecting your buying power is a real question for yourself, right? Gas is a driving factor, that 8.5% in total. That brings me to my second one, which is cars. You're actually purchasing used cars. What's happening right now, the demand so high for this is because people are trying to purchase cars, but there is low inventory. So right now it's at up 35% in the cost of a car right now. That's crazy, right? How about this? Food. Man, my wife showed me a picture. It's on Instagram. It was a reel. It was about someone that does Uber Eats and picking up, different groceries for someone and bringing it. So she does a lot of Instacart and things like that. And literally, the person actually bought everything from Instacart and from DoorDash and Uber Eats and everything. And they responded back to this person on this reel saying, unfortunately, we can't find anything that you're asking for because it's all sold out. And so the consumer, the client says, no, I don't believe you. Like they're messaging back and forth, right? And the one that's actually picking up all the groceries says, no, let me show you. Records like the grocery store, like everything off the shelves, right? This just looked like it was like an empty warehouse. It was crazy. So what's my point of bringing that up? Food has went up 8.8%. I can prove it to you. Like my wife's like, man, I went to Chick-fil-A yesterday. I just got like, only like 3 meals for the kids. I spent like $60. I was like, man, $60 for some chicken nuggets and some fries? Like I remember chicken nuggets and fries were like $4, right? So everything's increasing in my point in food. How about next one, which is the last one, which is housing. And this could be good for you or it could be bad. Maybe you're renting or maybe you're buying, doesn't really matter. If you're buying right now, everything's up. Everything's up, man. But if you're selling your home, you're excited because everything's inflated, right? So if it just depends on if you're the buyer or you're the seller. But if you're renting, you're not too happy either right now because that is definitely increasing in the housing market. So housing has went up a minimum of 5%. But to me, that's going up a lot higher when you really look at the numbers. I don't care where it's all across the nation. Those numbers are definitely inflated. So what's my point? These are the 4 driving factors from gas, cars, food, housing. And there might be a lot more on this list that maybe are affecting your household too. That's accumulating, that's going to this number, which is 8.5%. And again, this is not slowing down. So what you should really be thinking about doing right now to combat all this, if it's actually contributing to the deflation of how your money's really working. Well, number one is start spending less, okay, than what you actually bring in. So if you're making $50,000 a year, you're making $100,000 a year, break it down into monthly. So you're making $5,000 a month, right? Don't spend $5,000 a month right now. Like you gotta go way under, you gotta live way below the beans, right? You gotta go start looking for substitutes to be able to position yourself so you can have some more cash flow because everything else is going up. Another one I would give to you is cash is king. Are you saving money right now? Why? Because if you know this is gonna keep increasing and everything you're about to be buying is increasing, but your dollar is not increasing with it, you need to start storing more money so that you can be able to have more in the future. And lastly, it's investing. Okay, so what are you investing in right now, right? So you want us to really start investing in things that historically have outpaced inflation. So historically, like maybe look at gold, all right? Maybe you look at commodities. A lot of people look at like sports, look at sports cards or look at different type of shoes they can flip as well. There's a lot of different things you do like that. Indexing funds, right? Also real estate. These are different things you could be looking in right now that have historically outpaced inflation. You want to start putting your money in that as well. If you do that, that's going to benefit you long term. Why? Because again, this is not slowing down. And the real biggest one, which is the real secret, is you. How can you inflate you and your income? What kind of business can you start right now that can position yourself to give yourself a raise? Because if everything is increasing, you better increase your money. Because if you don't start increasing your money, what happens is everything around you is going to lower your buying power. So, Preneurs, that's going to end this video. Hopefully it's able to help you kind of get that mindset of saying, you know what, how can I inflate the way I think right now? How can I inflate the way my body is right now so I have the most energy? How can I inflate even my soul all the way down to my money so I can have more buying power for the things I want to do right now and also in the future? So go ahead and tag another entrepreneur, another leader, someone that just wants to be able to get better coming into this year, and make sure that again you're increasing 1% daily so we can help you increase your profit, your passion, and your purpose so you can live your best Preneur life. We'll see you guys in the next one.